Hey guys, Sectional Violence here. We got a fun one today. We got PFL. I'm gonna run through this one, and then I'm gonna run through some. Well, I might make them all separate for you guys. I'll make them all separate. So PFL. Let's get it done. PFL. We got. Screw it. I'll add BKFC. Abdul Al Khatani versus Lamar Brown. At the weigh-ins, they looked around the same size, but when you watch Tate, you realize they're just a little bit different. Abdullah is how could I say he's got good striking, um, good takedown defense. I'd say some good wrestling. I feel like he's gonna be able to just be too much for Mr. Lamar. Lamar Brown. Brown's definitely a game opponent, training out of American Top Team Atlanta. Um, so he's got a few wins, but they're not great wins. I gotta go with Calcante. Like he's just yeah. It's too many ways to win for him, and I'm gonna go with Calcante. I feel like this is a great setup spot for him, and yeah. Moving on. Brian Zercher taking on Mike Bardsley. Mike Bardsley, he's here to. He's not the most pretty fighter. He doesn't make it that pretty, but he's got excellent striking, or not excellent striking. Sorry, he's got excellent heart. He's gonna come to scrap. He's gonna come to put the leather onto the chin. He hasn't been finished other than by doctor cuts, so don't know too much how to take out of this. She's man. It's a good fight for him. Zercher's mainly a grappler. His striking's non-existent. And his wrestling's all right. So I feel like he could have a shot here. Can't be taking Zercher. I think Zercher wins. But I'm not confident. I think this is a hard fight for both men. Moving on, we have Al Sawali versus Solomon Renfro. Al Sawali has shown a lot of weaknesses in these past few fights against Umbalatov, Sai, but given that he's faced hard competition, um, he's KO'd some grapplers, so man, this is hard because I do think Solomon Renfro has a great chance of getting KO'd here. But I also see him having a good chance of also getting a KO. So this is a killer be killed fight for both men. I don't see this going to a decision. I'm gonna go with Renfro though by picking up the TKO. But this is a really suspect pick. I only did it because of the value. But yeah, this should be an interesting one. Moving on, we have Alex Martinez taking on Bruno Miranda. This is a hard fight for both men. I feel like Bruno he struggles when guys push the pace. And I don't think Bruno will be able to deal with the pace of Alex Martinez. Um, this is hard because this would be hard because I do think Miranda's the better striker. But cardio wise and grappling wise, I gotta give the edge to Martinez. But the takedown defense Miranda showed was pretty good. Again, this is a hard fight to call. I'm gonna lean Martinez winning a split decision, but I can't be confident. It's more of a live betting spot for me. Even then, though, I don't even know because Miranda could look good to start and then gas. So hard fight to call. Moving on, we have Natan Schultz versus Raush Manfio. They both know each other so well, but I don't think Natan Schultz can. I mean, it's gonna be a close fight, I think, but I feel Raush Manfio is gonna get the win here, just getting the better of the exchanges on the feet, stuffing the takedowns, and yeah, it's gonna be a good fight though. Excited. It's sad to see the two best friends fight, but it is what it is. Let's go. I'm on Manfio here, but it's gonna be a good fight. Moving on, we have Carlos Leal versus Delano Taylor. Delano, he's long, rangy, um, likes boxer. He doesn't use his kicks too much. I think Carlos Leal. This is a good fight, but I think look Leal's power and pressure is going to be too much for Delano Taylor. But I feel like Taylor could have some good moments. Definitely a live bet spot for me. But I'm definitely going to have to side with Leo here. He showed me better stuff. Taylor, it's been chinned a few times. Can't really count on him. Moving on, we have Clay Collard versus Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray is a pretty crafty grappler, but I don't see that being too much of an issue unless Clay's shooting for takedowns or you get calf kicked again like his last fight. Um, I think Clay Collard wins this fight. He's a better striker, but again, it really depends what Stevie Ray shows up and if Clay Collard fights with good fight IQ. So, really depends. I'm on Clay Collard here. Moving on, we got Magomed Umalata versus 16-0 Nayib Lopez. The difference is Magomed's fought the who's who. He's fought Jarrah Hussein Al Sawawi, Delano Taylor. Carbone isn't a good win. Leandro Silva. Um, he's had really good wins, or decent wins, and he's faced good opponents. Opposed to Naib, he looked pretty bad in his fight. He's a grinder. That's his best quality. But even Shane Mitchell was having his moments. Yeah, I gotta go with Umalatov. It's 3 rounds. I don't see the pace of Lopez being a lot. I actually see him getting KO'd in the first round. I'm gonna go with Umalatov round 1 by KO. Moving on, we have Magomed Karamov versus David Zawada. Another first round KO incoming. I don't think Zawada's going to be able to deal with the striking of Magomed. I feel like he's going to be hunting that first round finish, and I feel like he's going to get it. So it'd be crazy to see Magomed Karamov versus Umalatov in the finals, but looking like that's how it's going to be if Sai doesn't beat them to it. But yeah, Sawad is going to get chinned in the first round. Moving on, we got Shane Burgos versus Yamato Nishikawa. I don't like the way Yamato looked the weigh-ins, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be siding with Shane Burgos. I would have either way, but I feel like Shane Burgos is going to be looking for that first or second round KO. The only big worry I have is the leg kicks of Nishikawa, but luckily Shane Burgos checks kicks, unlike Clay Collard, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm on Shane Burgos here. I can't see him losing, but again, anything can happen. He could get chinned, but I'm on Shane Burgos here. This is going to be a fun fight. Moving on, we got Sadabu Sai taking on Shane Mitchell. Shane Mitchell, he is pretty poor fight IQ, gives up easy takedowns, mid striker, not much to say. Sadabu Sai, he's excellent at takedown defense, some slick striking, um, good footwork. I just don't see how he loses this fight unless he gets caught somehow. But I see Sai winning this up and down. It's a great fight for Sai and easy win for Sai. First or second round KO incoming. Moving on, we have Anthony the Genius Romero versus Olivin Aubin Mercier. I am on the Genius, and here's why. Yes, I am biased, so take this with a grain of salt, but I do think Romero has what it takes. Here's why. Olivier has almost gassed to a full in fights that are gone the high pace. Shane Burgos has different cardio, I get it, but Shane Burgos also spent a lot of time on his back. So what? I know he was working, and I just don't like the Mercier style. His BJJ is overrated, and I feel like Romero's going to be the guy to show it. His wrestling's decent, but I feel like Romero faces better wrestlers at the gym. The striking, it's even, but I still think Romero's a better striker. He has better eyes. He sees things better. Man, the only thing that Romero don't have is that experience, and that's a really great fight. Like he's fought good guys, definitely, but he's beat great guys, man. Like Manfio, Natan Schultz, Martinez, Burgos, Stevie Ray's all right, but you know, I think Romero wins this though. He pulls the upset. He either steals the decision or he catches him at some point. I like Mercier. He's a great fighter, but I think Romero, this is his time. I think this is gonna be the passing of the torch. Could be dead wrong, but man, I'm riding with the team no matter what. So, all right, guys, we're gonna move on to BKFC. Man, not really a big fan of I like the card, not gonna lie, but I'm not really a big fan of a few spots. I can't lie to you guys. BKFC, So we got let's see, we got Leandro Perdomo versus Joseph White. And at the weigh-ins, I can show you guys. Oh God, Instagram, some hentai porn for you. Hopefully, they don't get me demonetized. I don't even like, man, like, oh, things you got to worry about with YouTube. Okay, let's get logged in. Oh my God, man, this is something else. I'm just not gonna bother, man. um, let's see. I'm just gonna look on my phone. That's probably the safest route, so you guys all get my freaking information. Um, see if they have posted the photos yet. Have they even? No, they haven't. So I'm gonna have to look at the. I know I've already seen the weigh-ins. I just want to double check, dot my I's, cross my T's. You know how it goes. So bear with me here as I get it working. Yeah. So we got. Let's go. Yeah, it's got a Can taking on a Joseph White. Oh, Drew Dolan. I think this guy is. So this is going to be Mike Lee versus Drew Dolan. Uh, Drew Dolan's a Can coming in to lose. Mike Lee's going to be definitely the side, so I'm going to be probably parlaying Mike Lee. The odds are probably going to be unplayable, but this is probably the side, Mike Lee. Moving on. We got Chris Garcia taking on Robert Madrid. I don't really know what to think about Mr. Madrid. He's got some funky tattoos, so that's all I really need to see here. Definitely gonna go with Chris Garcia as one of the locks, and again, this is a pretty easy card. And then so then we got Joseph White coming in with his dread. I gotta take Perdomo here. Just top this. I don't even know, man. This is a hard fight to call. Actually, you know what? The confidence of White. Let me take White. He's fighting in his hometown. Let's go with White. This is another fight where I think White wins this, but anything can happen. We got Wine Miller taking on oh, it's a great fight. Townsell. I feel like Townsell is gonna get the edge there. Townsell he's a dog, man, on a bone, and he don't stop. He has a chin, and he's on the roids, so I really like him here. Wine Miller's a timid soul, and he got chinned in one of his last fights, so great he beat a bum, but that's what you're supposed to do. He lost to Tony Jenkins, so not much you could say about Mr. Wine Miller. I'm on Townsell here. And then we have Roberto Armas, who looked great in his last fight. Actually picked up a win. Mr. Lowry, first round KO. That was just too easy, though. Alberto Blas. Yikes. He's had a few losses. He's a Jesus freak. This is a hard one. I'm going to go with Armas here, but anything could happen. Oh, he beat. This is hard. Jeremiah Potts. Who's this guy? Jeremiah Potts. Man, I'm going to go with. This is another one of those fights where it could go either way. So, definitely going to have to do more tape on this fight. But, again, this fight I'd stay away from. And then we got Ryan Carroll. Again, G. Perez. I knew this was going to be the fight. Easy win for G. Perez. Not even fair. Really easy win. And then we got Rene Rodriguez versus Davis. God, Rene's on them roids, man. It's funny, man. Rene's gonna win too. James Dennis isn't that guy. He's gonna come in and get KO'd. It's just how it goes with him. He beat Brian Maxwell, but he made it close with him. You know. He just came off a finish too, so getting finished. I feel like it's an easy win. Then we got Aguilar taking on we got Aguilar taking on Brian Duran. Everyone's on Brian Duran. I get it. I think he also wins in the first round, but if he don't win in that first round, he's in for a long night. And that's why at plus 750, you gotta ride with Aguilar. You can't not ride with Aguilar at those odds. So sorry, Brian, I love you. Great fighter and all, but I gotta ride with Aguilar. Moving on. We have Howard Davis versus Eduardo Peralta. Yes, he's Mexican. Yes, he went the distance, or he got finished by Dakota Koshrain. But to be honest, I think he rolled his ankle or something. So he was staying in there the whole time. I think he was actually on his way to a win, and then that happened. I don't know. All I know is that was lucky for me. I cashed that. He's been finished quite a few times. He doesn't have the greatest of records. He isn't good at all. I got to go with Howard Davis. He's not fighting a bum, but I do feel like he's just going to be the better fighter going in. Anything can happen. He could get cut. He cuts very easily, but I don't think it's going to happen here. I feel like Howard Davis finishes him early or just beats him over this period of time. This is a good win for Howard Davis, I feel. It's going to be an easy win. He has quite the size difference. So getting to that chin is going to be quite the mission for Peralta. Going up a weight might not be the best idea. Next we have Eric Lozano, who took out Mr. The Chinny Richie. He took out, but luckily Jake Boswick isn't chinny. Yes, he doesn't take a shot that great, but he's definitely not chinny. I can't say that. I feel like he's just going to be too much for Eric Lozano and just going to break him down within a few rounds. Easy win for Jake Boswick. Moving on, we have Luis Palomino taking on James Lilly. Again, I got to ride with Palomino, but it's a hard fight, man. Lilly's a great fighter. I don't like how he looked against Good John, and I got to go with Palomino here. Again, guys, this is a great card. I feel like it should be easy money. The odds are juice, but what do you expect? A lot of free money on the card. All right, guys. I gave you guys predictions for both of them, potential plays as well. Most confident, I'd have to go back for the PFL one, but as for BKFC, number one pick for sure is G. Perez. Number two would have to be I'd have to go with Chris Garcia, and number three being Mike Lee. Number four, Howard Davis. Number five, Rene Rodriguez, and Jake Boswick. There's a lot of locks on this card, man. I really like it. Jake Boswick isn't a lock, but I do think he wins this. This is a lot. There's a lot of value. Sorry, there's a lot of good, solid picks on this card. You shouldn't need to overthink it. But yeah, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll give you guys these quick PFL, and I'm out of here. So yeah, number one pick, Magomed Karamov. Number two, Umalatov. Number three, number two, Sadibusai. Number three, Umalatov. Number four, Clay Collard. Number five, Shane Burgos. All right, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill, and I'll catch you next time.